So we're going to begin with, what do you mean? Oh, okay. We are live. We are live. Hey, loves. Hey. Hi, beautiful. So listen, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's cover some housekeeping. Welcome. Peace. Beautiful souls. Peace, beautiful souls. For all of you who hearing a lot of people say beautiful souls now, okay, you can count me amongst the top 5 who put that out there in the universe, okay? So just give a sis credit, okay? So peace, beautiful souls. This is All Things Self-Mastery Podcast. This is where I teach you how to master self so you can master your reality. This is where I teach you all fundamental principles, practices, teach you tips and tools that is going to help you do what? Create the life that you want to live. Create the life that you desire to live, okay? And a lot of us are bitching, moaning, complaining. So you know what? I think I'm on one. I don't know how long the lab is going to last, but I'm on one because there's too many people propagating, right? Too many people propagating ignorance. There's too many of us falling by the wayside. There's too many distractions. We need to know why. The main reason, for those of you who know me, my name is Venus M. Scott. I'm gonna get to one of my infamous sayings and quotes. For those of you who do not know me, welcome. My name is Venus Scott. I am a best-selling self-publishing author. I am a veteran of 5 years, spent a 12 months tour in Afghanistan. I have lots of experience. I am a mother, a lovey, which is AKA grandma. Okay, I've been practicing and teaching self-mastery, all things self-mastery, the fundamental principles, practices of everything that governs you. Okay, so when it comes to you understanding the deeper reasons as to why, when it comes to you understanding fundamental principles that is keeping a lot of us in this perpetual dysfunctional loop, okay? I don't want to just talk about it. I don't like jumping on anybody's wagon. I don't like just speaking about different topics, even though they're relevant. I don't like speaking of certain people's mentality, even though they're relevant, because there's no greater lesson than in time, real life example. So instead, I'm going to do what I do best, baby. I'm going to be a self-mastery educator and mentor, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to teach you. And if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to just pause for a second, right? I know we on TikTok. I know we on YT. Okay. I know we on FB. I know we on the social medias, but pause for a second because this information you want to know. You need to know this information, not want to know. You need to know this information because I guarantee you something that I say, something that I'm going to be teaching you, it is going to benefit you in more ways than you currently think right now. So pause, okay? Silence the noise, silence the toxicity, okay? The trash is always going to be there stinking up the social media, okay? So if you start tapping your veins and wanting your fix, just calm down, pause for a second. And by the way, don't be shy. This is not a dictatorship. This is a monologue. I feed off of your energy as you feed off of mine in a sense. Okay. So what are they asking me to do? What is this swiping? Whatever, TikTok, okay? I need y'all to slow down with all these changes. Okay, so listen, don't be shy. Say something, okay? Speak to me. I like when you speak to me. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'm going to do my best to make sure I'm paying attention to it for those of you, and I'll make another little pause announcement. I am streaming on 3 platforms, so I am paying attention to all of us. Okay, so do not think that I will ignore you. So make sure you hit that follow button. Why is this important? Oh, let's get back to something that I say all the time, which a lot of us are not really understanding. Okay, it as much as we need to, right? What you continually feed will gain power. What you continually starve will lose its power. My beautiful plants, for all the plant moms, right? If I was to stop nurturing my plants, if I was to stop feeding them physically If I was to stop speaking life into them, how you doing, King? How are you, my love? If I was to stop taking care of my plant babies, guess what? They are not going to die. They are going to lose their vitality, the life, its essence, because nothing ever dies. Since everything is energy, everything is frequency, everything living being is conscious, which only means it and we are alive, right? Whether you are indirectly feeding people, places, and things, you are directly or indirectly growing them, feeding them, giving them power. So when it comes to things like, why are we still having the same conversations over and over again? Why are we still having the same debates over and over again? Why are you still hooping and hollering about people respecting you? Peace, Stefan. How are you, my love? I hope all is amazing. When it comes to us continually having conversations about 50-50, is it right or is it wrong? Who's supposed to be the leader, the man or the woman? When it comes to so many uneducated individuals speaking about what is divine femininity or masculinity, right? What you consume, you become. If you think you're going to continually choose not to gain the information that you need, right? And it pertaining to everything you're doing, everything you did, and everything you will continually do, guess what? Respectfully, sincerely, and I hope you hear what I say. As living organisms, if you are not expanding, if you are not growing, if you are not evolving, guess what? The living cell is self-destructing. It is breaking down. Why do you think so many people are overwhelmed and experiencing depression, anxiety, suicide, right? Allowing toxicity, easily swayed. We're still having conversations about politics. Now, I'm not saying that these things aren't relevant, because they are. But remember what I just said. What you feed gains power, and what you starve loses its power. So what do you think every time you're thinking a thought that does not serve your higher purpose, you elevate it? What do you think is happening when you are engaging in conversations that are unbeneficial, whether you know it or not? What do you think is happening when you are starving your spirit, when you are starving your self-development, when you are starving your body of the nutrients and all of these? What do you think is happening when you are constantly arguing back and forth with individuals who don't even have a clue of who they are, speaking about things, pushing agendas like quote unquote patriarchy, misogyny, all of these different things? And what do you think that's doing to you? It's affecting you in every way. So when I hear the men and women, the endless count, when I hear so many men and women constantly, and I say this sincerely, telling their stories about how they still broke, how they're still going through suffering, right? How they're still fighting the quote unquote devil. How they keep. How long are you going to keep, with all due respect, pleading the blood over your circumstances? How long are you going to keep washing your hands? How long are you going to keep not being responsible and accountable for the way your life is? How long do you want to keep suffering? How long do you want to keep running on this dysfunctional hamster wheel? My health too. Yes, when it comes to the declining of our health, mentally, spiritually, physically, guess what? Things don't just automatically happen. Things don't just pop out of nowhere. They are growing. Sickness, illness, toxicity, they are growing, and it's taking shape in our bodies, in our minds. And what you do not realize is exactly what I say, the few things. So when it comes to understanding how attraction and manifesting works, let me just say this clause. I do understand that there are so many conversations that are talking about, let me teach you how to manifest. Let me teach you how to attract. Let me teach you how to get the money. Let me teach you how to get the man. Let me teach you how to get the money. Let me teach you how to attract a high value man. Let me teach you how to be more feminine and more. Let me teach you how to do all of these things. With all of the teachings that is going on, can you answer me this question? Anybody, because I know I'm not alone. Why are so many of us still at a disadvantage? Why are so many of us crying tears of sorrow instead of tears of joy? Why are so many of us still healing? Why are so many of us still on our healing journey? Why do so many of us still don't trust? Why are so many of us still broken and broke? Why are so many of us still unhappy? Let's answer that question. Why are so many of us still arguing? Why are so many of us still chasing delusions? There's a reason. There are reasons for this. So I teach you the importance of self-mastery as it pertains to everything that's affecting you. A lot of y'all language is fucking y'all up. A lot of y'all language is causing y'all turmoil, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. A lot of y'all thought processes are causing you turmoil, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. A lot of your behavior patterns is hurting you, getting worse. And though a lot of us are saying, I want change, I want change, I want change. I want a different life. I want a different life. I want to be happy. I want to experience more. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Let's continue to tap the screen. Okay, we know what the algorithm do, right? I want happiness, infinite gratitude, gorgeous, always. We want all of these things, yet there are reasons why many of us are not bringing these things into fruition. And I want to help those. I want to help those who actually want to do better. I want to help those who actually not only want change, but are willing to do what is required for change to occur. I'm talking to those people. I'm not talking to the other folk. With all due respect, just stay over there. I'm not talking to you. By all means, keep self-destructing. By all means, keep positioning yourself to transition yourself out of this realm before you want to. By all means, keep going in a downward spiral. By all means, keep doing what you've been doing. Keep crying, keep begging, keep borrowing, keep stealing, keep giving it to God, keep blaming it on the devil. By all means, keep doing it. Keep talking how you're talking. Keep walking how you're walking, okay? Because I already know how it's going to turn out. And I am called, I have the greatest honor. Ashe, 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 Ashe. I have the greatest honor in helping to guide souls on a path of ascending and living a beautiful life here, learning the invaluable lessons you're supposed to learn here. So you won't have to do what? Keep getting left back. Keep recycling the same lessons over and over again, right? So I am going to just let you in and give you some information, okay? When it comes to applying the law of attraction, and I'll mention this again. I mentioned that I'm a bestseller. I'm a best-selling self-publishing author. This is the last book that I dropped. Attracting what and who you desire. So the same principles I'm teaching you is in that book. If you're interested, Reading is fundamental, okay? In order to change behaviors, in order to do anything elevating, growing, ascending, expanding, guess what? You need information. You need to know how, because what you're doing isn't currently working. Peace, Omega. Peace, peace, peace. How are your loves? Come on in. Hi, Genesis. How are you, love? How you doing, honey? I hope you are doing amazing. Omega, thank you so much. Infinite gratitude. Yes, please tap the screen, share the live, okay? Remember, we speak about universal principles. When you are called, asked, or charged to do the bare minimum, little things like hitting that share button, okay? Little things like communicating. I'm glad you are wonderful, Genesis. It is really good to sense your energy, Ashe. When you're asked to do little things like feed what's positive and what's healthy, tap the screen. Baby, do it. Do it. Because we're governed by universal laws. What you receive is primarily what you are giving. I did say 99.999%. Okay? When it comes to the law of attraction, understanding attraction at its core is important. Understanding how attention works is important. Understanding magnetism is important. How many of you put a one in the comment or me in the comment section, and don't be shy. How many of you are aware that your heart is a magnet? That you are a magnet? How many of you understand that? Put me, or put a one in the comment if you understand that you are a magnet. Yes, yes, Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea, you're a magnet. You are a magnet. You are attracting and drawing into. Yes, you are drawing everything into your life. Yes, Tamika, right? You are the one that is causing everything that is happening in your life, even your self-destruction. And I want to help many of you stop doing that, because it's not helping you, and it's not helping those you claim to care about and to love. Sandra, infinite gratitude, right? So we need to understand these things, right? The law of attraction. The law of attraction is one of the most profound universal principles, stating that high vibration or high frequency, and you heard this before, brings you desired results. It also means that the same high vibration and the same high frequency can also bring you undesired results. So when most of the conversations that are centered around attraction, manifesting, and abundance are equated to and related to all things that are desired, all things that you actually want. And that is so far from the truth, right? Can you talk about some of the things that makes us unattractive? Yeah, willful ignorance, self-destructive. Or Amiga, I know you, I know we linked. So don't get ahead of me, right? So when it comes to manifesting and when it comes to attracting, you are always manifesting and you are always attracting. What you need to become more aware of is that you are attracting more of what and who you don't want, need, and or desire, versus what more of what who you actually desire. And understanding the deeper reasons why is going to help you attract or manifest more of what you actually want, need, and or desire. And that encompasses whatever: love, romance, health, wealth, vitality, growth, right? Elevation, right? Materialistic things. All of it the likes, the fame, the fortune, whatever it is. Understanding the fundamental principles of what I'm teaching is going to help you. And I'm not saying it's going, drastically change, because these are just fundamental things that I'm teaching you about, right? So understand that, say it with me, I am always attracting. I am always manifesting. I want you to start reconditioning your dominant programs that are faulty. Okay? Your behaviors are predicated upon your dominant subconscious database. This is why many of us get to the point where we saying, I just don't know what's going on. Why do it seem like every 2 steps I take forward, I'm taking 12 back? Why do I keep finding myself in this same position? Why do I keep finding myself in this same hurt? Why? It's not natural for you to suffer the way you're suffering. It isn't natural. It isn't the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be suffering every other week, every other month, every other day. You're not supposed to be living in dysfunction every other day, every other week, every other month, every other week, every other year. That isn't natural. And whoever says that that righteousness is equated to sacrifice and suffering is misinformed. Will you suffer at times? Absolutely. Is suffering the byproduct, not even a byproduct, pardon me, is suffering the prerequisite for righteousness, for being a child of God? We have to, retract. It is my encouragement that you're really listening to what I'm saying, and that eventually you want to change. The other day, I was thinking to myself, right? Because I'm even though I want to help a lot of people, right? I understand a lot of things. And this is important for me. However, I want to share it with you. Because of what I do, because of what I'm responsible for and who I'm responsible to, I choose not to desire to be liked by everyone. I understand why certain people don't gravitate to me. I understand why there are certain individuals who will not take the courses and the classes and the education and the information that I teach, right? I understand that they will reject it because it is going to challenge you to rise. It is going to challenge every dysfunctional function in you. In the past, I had a few people that tell me, I can't be in your courses or your classes no more. I can't engage with you because you are going against everything that I stand for, which is unrighteousness, being unjust, living in my pity. I had one person tell me that I can't learn from you. I can't stay in the course or the class because people are not liking me. She started implementing things that I was teaching her, and she was more concerned with being liked by people, with being accepted by the societal norms, than she was elevating, than she was ascending, than she was dispelling. There's something incredibly psychologically dysfunctional about a person that wants to be and thrive and exist with people who think like that, with people who operate like that. Lion, peace, my love. How are you, love? Support how you can, taps. Infinite gratitude. Thank you. Infinite gratitude. Because I know a lot of you are from the MYM family. For those of you who do not know, quick pause for a great cause. I am now a part of and affiliated with Mind Your Mental Mind your mental is monumental. It is a sort of organization, platform, institution, as you will, school, as you will, that helps to inform individuals and help individuals on their path and road to self-mastery. That's what I call it. We have several expert coaches and mentors and educators, including myself, that teach in various different areas. So I encourage you, if you want to be a part of that beautiful, beautiful community, a link is in my bio so you can gain access to it. Okay. Right. So I know we hear a lot about self-mastery, okay? But let me tell you something. That no, 15 plus years I've been teaching self-mastery. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, my loves, because there's many of people who attempting to teach on self-mastery and don't have a clue as to who they are or what self-mastery is, outside of them relating it to, oh, it's about, owning your shit and being responsible, and self-love. And baby, it goes way deeper than that, honey. It goes way deeper than that. Stop hanging with people that just want to stay in the shallow end of things, baby, because that's going to be the quickest way you're going to end up in hell. And I don't mean the fiery place. I mean the place of hate, the place of destruction, the hell of self-pity, the hell of victimization, self-victimization, the place of self-loathing, the place of complacency, the place of confusion and illusion, right? The people who are pretending to help you and they're not helping you. Whether they know it or not, it don't matter. Whether they understand what they're doing, it don't matter. The effects are still the same. The effects are still the same. Did you hear me? It doesn't matter if a person have good intent or ill intent. The effects are the same. It does not matter. The effects are the same. And we are listening to people, gravitating to people, being manipulated by people, consuming the very poison, all while listening and hearing them simultaneously. Listen, I'm doing simultaneously say, I'm doing this because I love you. Baby, how can you love me if you teaching me that femininity is about being soft and dainty and wearing a skirt in the color pink? How can you tell me and teach me about anything? How can you love me if you're misguided and you're interpreting? How can you love me if you keep dangling Gucci and Louis and Prada and the Balenciagas and all of the people who despise you? How can you teach me how to love me when you love everything of the world? When you don't know the difference between divine femininity and patriarchy, misogyny. How you going to tell me how to be a leader when you don't know you and you don't know how to serve? How are you going to teach me about intelligence when you are ignorant of it? How are you going to show me wisdom if you can't even be wisdom and become wisdom? Why am I saying this? Because it matters. It matters, my loves, more than you think. It matters. Why do you have to end up in a hospital for you to understand it's time to change? It's time for you to do something different. Why do you have to keep losing, quote unquote? Why do you keep having to be in a place of deep depression in order for you to get it? Why do you keep having to bang your head against the wall for you to get it? And then you come into contact with people like me. So unapologetically, and then you run into people like me. I'm not the only one, but then you run into people like me who unapologetically is going to tell you, hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Let me stop you right there. What I won't enable is your self-pity. What I won't enable is your ignorance. What I won't enable is your lack. That's what I won't enable. So I unapologetically say, pause, baby girl, so I can gain more clarity. Do you want to know how to get out of depression? The reason why you're telling me your story is so You can get out of poverty. The reason why you telling me your woes and your this is why and this is the reason behind that you want me to actually help guide you and tell you the undesirable truth. Do you actually want me to say, get off the sugar, baby? It ain't healthy for you. Is one element away from crack cocaine. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you the undesirable truth. Okay? So, yeah, I get it. I get it. Why some people just, I ain't, I ain't messing with her. I ain't linking with her. I don't want to talk to her. Right? And with all due respect, baby, with the feet God gave you, you can keep on walking. Because I know where you in, but I know where you're gonna end up. Know the difference when people just want a handout or a helping hand. A lot of us want to stay stuck in our misery. Let me pull this off real quick. Let's get transparently honest for a minute. Can we have a heart to heart? Let me ask your permission first. Type in the comment. Let me know. Can we have a heart to heart? Right? Can we have a moment? Tamika, stop laughing. Can Zazazo, peace, love, Chelsea, I see you. Can we have a heart to heart? Don't pay so much attention to the physical avatar. Pay attention to what I'm saying. And if you have to close your eyes, baby, you got to be kidding us. Your life contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Am I restricted? Can someone in a comment let me know if I'm still here? Can you still see me? Someone, they are always messing with us for what? Okay, so listen, as long as you are here and I'm here, I don't know how much hashtag FYP works, but please do it. I don't know if hashtag F1 do it. All the things that y'all learned to do that can safeguard alive, I need y'all help. I need y'all to do that. Hi, beauty. Hi, handsome. Hi, sweetheart. Right? Thank you so much for letting me know. That sometimes happens over lives. You got to review it after the live. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me know. Listen, this is why I give master classes, right? And FYI, I'm restarting my monthly master classes because this shit right here, baby, ain't nobody got the energy for that. Okay, so let me continue while I'm still here. Let's have a honest and transparent moment. If I was to ask a lot of you, seriously, if I was to ask a lot of you, are you ready to leave this earth? What would you say? Oh, okay. Thank you, Zazazo. Okay, okay. Baby, the filtering, and baby, this is why like I'm gonna be spending a lot less time on TikTok, so please make sure you are follow me and subscribe to my YT channel, okay? Because I'll be spending a lot more time on there and also giving the monthly master classes, because this right here, we don't go together. Okay, Chelsea, thank you. Tamika, thank you. If I was to ask you, are you ready to go? Are you ready to leave everything behind? Are you ready to just wave the right white flag? Are you ready to give up? Are you ready to leave here? If I was to ask you that, this is how serious I want y'all to think, right? Yeah, we don't go together. Are you ready to leave your children? Are you ready to leave your husband, your wife, your spouse, your siblings, those who you love? Like, are you ready? Are you ready to not see the coworkers and the family members you love? Are you ready to stop living in your purpose? If that's what, if you done? Are you done? Honestly, answer that question. Are you done? Because there's a lot of things that is hurting us, a lot of things that we are not visually seeing, hearing, because we're so caught up in the matrices. We're so caught up in a WARS. We're so caught up in chasing materialistic things. We're so caught up. We're so caught up in wanting to how to learn the TikTok algorithm. We're so caught up in I want a viral moment. We're so caught up in I need this. We're so caught up in these things. We're so confused. And do you not realize what is happening to you? Just because you cannot see your internal organs failing, losing its vitality and essence, doesn't mean that it isn't. Just because you cannot see your neurological network losing its spark, not creating new neural networks. I'm speaking a little bit about neuroscience here. These things matter. And the longer you take to just take one step after the other, one step, and making a decision first and saying, you know what? This ain't working for me. I don't want to be depressed anymore. A lot of y'all are deeply depressed. A lot of y'all are deeply hurt. A lot of y'all are continually going through things, not knowing that what you suppress, you are also feeding. And this is where the compression and the pressure builds. A lot of us are not being transparently honest with ourselves. Meaning, some of us, I say that lightly because it's far too many of us. We like being a victim. We enjoy being the victim. We enjoy people pitying us. We enjoy people feeling sorry for us. We enjoy all of the sympathy texts and the sympathy calls and the sympathy prayers. We enjoy the self-loathing. We enjoy the pain, the immense pressures of pain. Let's just be true. Some of us enjoy it. If you didn't enjoy it, why do you keep doing it? There's a few reasons why, but this is the exterior and external question. Because it feels better just to stay in your mess. Is it truly easier to be irresponsible and unaccountable? Do you really feel good? How long does that good feeling last? How long? Tell me, how long does that good feeling last? Knowing inwardly, knowing that you are literally living in victimship. Peace, Riri. How are you, gorgeous? Right? Tell me, how long does that good feeling last? After the moment is over. After the song and the praise is over, after the prayers are over, after the, oh, you gonna make it, my love. Infinite gratitude, Riri. Infinite gratitude to you. After the song and dance is over, after the upliftment is over, after infinite gratitude, Riri. After it's all said and done, tell me, how do you really feel? Because if you do not still feel good, there's a chemical imbalance. So is it really helpful for you to remain in a victimship mentality? We have to start being honest with myself. I'll share a very intimate moment with you because I love transparency. When I was younger, I was very promiscuous. I was extremely promiscuous. I was taught that. I was indirectly or directly programmed to think that it's okay to give the most invaluable, precious essence of me. And that was my yoni, my sexual energy. And so I became addicted to sex. Let me spell things out before TikTok before, TikTok get its panties in a bunch. Over time, I was indirectly feeding this energy, right? I didn't know. And to a point where it just got overwhelming. I didn't feel good about myself. And I was lying to myself, saying, "Oh, I'm just a freak." I'm just nasty. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed. I was just making all these justifications, and I'm actually active, right, and promiscuous because, oh, this is what I was raised to do. Okay, I'm this way because I like it and it's good and it benefits me. I'm this way because of that, and all the justifications and all the excuses. And not only was it indirectly causing me to self-destruct, not only was it affecting my mental, not only was it affecting my aura, it was affecting everything. And you know what? Even though I was already in the process of restraining myself. I was already in the process of understanding and learning about energy centers, that I was living and thriving in my lower nature, that my root chakra was overactive, overstimulating, imbalanced. Even though I was on that journey, I was still learning some things. And you know what? One day I looked in the mirror and I must have been like completely understanding of this. Infinite gratitude for the gift. At this point, when I'm looking back on the emotion, which is the memory, I looked in the mirror. I'll never forget. I was in my bathroom, right, in my Earth Day suit, and I started laughing. I said, "Venus, you have got to stop. You know you are a whole 304." But I spelt it the way it was. I said, "You girl, this ain't good. This ain't right. It just ain't healthy." I share that with you because there was a point that my response to that knowing wasn't a healthy response. Because I also remember prior moments to me also realizing that truth, that transparent truth about myself, it pained me. So I kept ignoring it and pushing it to the side and making all type of justification, rhymes, reasons, and excuses as to why I'm like this. Right? Blaming other people, places, and things, blaming my mother, blaming the absentee of my father, blaming my siblings, and blaming the projects, blaming the whole borough of Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn's fault why I'm promiscuous. It's Brooklyn's fault why I'm like this. It's my daddy's fault that I'm always running into the arms of men and in their bed. Peace, life beyond narcissism. How are you, my love? And I looked in the mirror. I will never forget that day. That was the day that I rebalanced and recalibrated my root chakra. I started really putting into practice the mastery tools that I already teach. Even I am still learning, growing, and evolving, even with the things that I know, and they are indisputable facts. There are still levels even for me. However, when you do not elevate from a level, you keep repeating it. Not only that, it gets worse. And I share that to say you have to get really honest with yourself. A lot of you, some of you, with all due respect, I personally know that you were operating from a victimship mentality. And in many of you, I can just sense that you love the attention. You love the pity. I can sense it. And I know you know it. Whether you acknowledge it or not, I know you know it. I know you are substituting your self-development for anything that's going to give you a quick fix, because you're not ready to be responsible and accountable for elevating and growing. You're not ready to be transparently honest with yourself, because if you was, you would say, you know what? I'm ignorant to certain things. You know what? I'm living in this victimship mentality and it ain't serving me. You know what? I'm promiscuous right now. You know what? I'm a lover of fame and fortune. And you know what? I want to be liked so bad. I want to be accepted so bad. And I'm willing to sacrifice my righteous morals. That I'm willing to not operate in integrity no more, because I want it so bad. I'm willing to lower myself. I'm willing to be a master at being the great pretender. Some of you are not truly honest and transparently honest with yourself, so it's keeping you in a perpetual loop. Being wisely delusional and unwisely delusional is two different things, baby. Two different things. Infinite gratitude, my love. Have a peaceful rest. Right? Two different things. So when it comes to understanding how attraction and manifesting work, there's a lot of things that I've done in my life. There's a lot of things that I had to come to a realization, a truthful realization, that I was the cause of it. No one was forcing me to do anything. No one was forcing me to think a certain way. No one was forcing me to continually accept and adopt certain principles, philosophies, dogmas, and education and mental programs that no longer serve me. No one was forcing me to perpetuate those things. No one is forcing me to remain deaf, dumb, blind, and docile. No one is forcing me. I have to realize that, hey, Venus, I'm the creator of my reality. A lot of what transpired had to do with my decisions, my choices, whether I knew it or not. So when we speak about self-mastery, mastering yourself, mastering your reality, attracting the life that you desire, manifesting the life that you desire, understand that if you keep skipping fundamental steps, you're going to keep being knocked down to level 1, ground zero. At some point, you're going to be knocked down. Why keep getting knocked down? Why are we choosing it? So when it comes to the law of frequency and vibration and law of attraction, when it comes to understanding your neurological biology, your neurological systems, your neural networks, when it comes to truly understanding energy, when it comes to understanding emotions and mental programs, when it comes to understanding the difference between feelings and emotions, knowing that emotions are energy, emotion is motion, and that feelings are the byproduct of that. Most of you are correlating feelings with emotions. So when it comes to getting to the root of something, you're not really understanding, because there's a block, because you still think emotion is you being happy. You still think the emotion is you being sad. You still think emotion is you being vindictive and spiteful and foolish. You still think all of these things, not understanding that it is a chemical, it is emotion, and it's all stemming from what? Internal. Esoteric, not exoteric. Nothing happens externally before it happens internally. You are a magnet. Many of you have heard me speak about heart and brain coherence. When you are not attracting what and who you desire, and you are attracting less of more of what and who you don't desire, it is because there is there is a disconnect. There is an incoherence between the magnet, what you draw in, hence your heart frequency, your heart energy, your Shekhem Shem Ra. That's what our ancestors called chakras. Shekhem Shem Ra. In your transmitter, which are your thoughts, when these two things are not in alignment with your desires, when you are not taking proper steps towards those things, this is what is continually doing, or you're declining. And now, because of the frequency that we are in, everything is being accelerated. Everything is being accelerated. That means if you're vibrating on a frequency of stupidity, your stupidity is being accelerated. How many of you ever listened to certain lives or scrolling TikTok and you just felt dumb, for lack of better words right now? You just felt like and you had to question your intelligence. Everything is being accelerated. That means if you are experiencing depression, it's going to be accelerated. If you are experiencing poverty, it's going to be accelerated. If you are experiencing hurt, it's being accelerated. If you are experiencing illness, mentally, spiritually, physically, guess what? That frequency is being accelerated. This is why all of these things are at an all-time high. New record in history because of the frequency that we're in. And these are some of the things that you need to understand because it's affecting you. So every time you go in a dysfunctional live where men and women are cursing at each other, arguing with each other, talking foolishness, debating just foolish things about who's supposed to go 50-50, racism, and who's black and YT and who's and every time you do, guess what? You're accelerating that frequency within you. Ultimately, you are self-destructing at an exponential rate, at an accelerated rate. So why is it important for you to understand how attraction and manifesting works, baby? Because you are accelerating your own demise, your own self-destruction, right? Where you place your attention, i.e. focus, i.e. thoughts, i.e. signals, i.e. magnetism. That's what you're feeding. So no wonder why you haven't attracted your person. No wonder why, I mean, let me put it in plain terms. No wonder why you haven't attracted your husband or your wife. No wonder why you're still lying to yourself. No wonder why you're not growing. No wonder why you still think this planet is ugly. No wonder why you still think that nobody is trusting. No wonder why you still at the same miserable job, being told what to do by the same miserable boss. No wonder why you keep struggling. Vegan Build Apparel. Hi, love. How are you? Everything is being accelerated. So yes, it's important to understand the core, the conception of why you keep experiencing the same experiences that brings you hurt and brings you pain. Why do you keep attracting certain people? Why do you keep finding yourself in the same, being just led astray? Why do you keep entertaining people that you know is anchoring you or pulling you back? Why do you keep feeding these things? Why are you still at a job trading your most invaluable essence for $1? Why are you still begging for people to respect you? Why are you still begging for people to? Now, these are the things. You may not be doing it, but there are people that's doing it, right? There's a reason. What you feed will gain power, and what you starve will lose its power. So no matter what frequency you're operating in, it would be at your greatest advantage if you knew what it was and then understood why it is so, right? So you can change it. Understand that we have relationships within relationships. And the way you perceive something or someone, which is linked to the way you think about something or someone, it is what you're going to reflect because of the relationship that you have with it or someone. The relationship that you have with love is how you're going to manifest and attract what you call love, the way you perceive love. Just because we perceive differently, just because we have different interpretations of a thing, does not take away from the thing being the thing. So you can spin it in whatever direction you want to. A thing is a thing. You can pronounce it different: tomato, 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 tomato. You can speak it in a different language. It doesn't matter. It's still going to be what it is. So understanding the relationships that you have with these things, understanding the core concept, the conception of why you have a certain relationship with these things is going to do what? Help you to stop self-destructing, right? But I'm not going to get into any of that because I told myself I was going to stick to the time. Let me see, it's 9:12. I'm doing okay. I want to read something to you, okay? I want to read something to you. I encourage you all to be very mindful, very aware, very cutesy, very demure of what's going on with the agenda, especially when it comes to you, me, us, the divine feminine, right? These are some of the things, as to how they are able to continue to suppress the divine feminine energy. I'm not just speaking about women. I'm talking about the energy. Everything, the earth, the planet, plants, trees, anything and anyone that is of a dominant feminine energy in essence, understand the agenda to keep it, you, us suppressed, which is going to keep you, it, us as a collective and individually, right, enslaved in many ways. The aim is to continually prevent the divine feminine from reaching our full potential, us ascending, us recalibrating, us restoring the frequency, right? They have to continually install fear in us, make us fearful, feeding us a constant stream of what? Influencing and forcing our negative thought patterns, our worth, pinning us against each other, telling us if we don't look like this appearance, right, then we're not going to be accepted. They constantly distract us with superficial goals, all of the pleasures of operating within the matrices, all keeping you bound to the matrices, shifting our focus from deep and meaningful growth to the depths of meaningless devolving. So we remain shallow, materialistic in pursuits of people, places, and things that do not serve our highest self. We start seeking instant gratification, right? They install fear in us to change. We don't want to change. We comfortable. We like blaming it on other people, places, and things. I like not being responsible. I don't want to take responsibility and accountability for what my reality is, from what and who I'm attracting in my life, because what? The Almighty said that all I have to do was lay it at the altar. The Almighty said, the Almighty, that whoever subscribed to that said that all I have to do was just to plead the right. This same God said that, hey, I was created into sin. I'm always gonna be a sinner. Isn't that what they teach you, to proclaim that I am a sinner? We're all sinners. We're all backsliders. And baby, I don't know about you, but we all ain't in that category. I'm not a sinner. I wasn't born into sin, baby. You, me, we were portaled into this beautiful realm, earth, life. What we experience, who we experience, is not up to some mystical person, being, entity. I'm responsible for that. Another way they push this agenda is by keeping us engulfed in what? Low vibrations and negativity. We got women, the divine feminine, literally showing our ASS in all which ways but the righteous way. All which ways but other. I should say that. Getting excited about a bags. Getting excited about cars. And not to say that you're not supposed to get excited. However, when you're so blinded, when you misinterpret materialistic possessions for I've made it, I've arrived, I've elevated, that's a misconception. And that is a part of the same agendas that is keeping us encapsulated within the confines of it, keeping us in chaos, in chaotic environments, by constantly using subliminal messages and imageries. For those of you who understand who runs the media, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? All of these things are enabling your dysfunction. And I don't want you to be dysfunctional anymore. I don't want to see us hurting the way we're hurting. I don't want to see us so low. I don't want to see us just fighting each other over a male's attention, battling for a male's attention. I don't want to see us on our knees. Your knees was not purpose, and your knees is not made for kneeling. In the ways that we've been kneeling. You were not purposed to be subservient to and a slave, SLAVE, to anyone or anything. Not money, not cars, not homes, not houses, not attention, not love, not acceptance, not any of those things. Let's be encouraged to to reform, rethink, readjust, right? What we currently think about what reclaiming our power is. Because reclaiming our divinity has nothing to do with a material possession. Okay? Listen, with that being said, I am a little past my 60 minutes, so I am good with that. I do hope that the words, whether you are here now or were here, I hope that what you've heard resonates with you, which I know it does. Because if you are a being, if you are a soul, spirit, it's always going to resonate with you. It's up to you to accept it or not. My hope is that you take it in and you allow it to rest in your heart, in your soul, and understand that it is absolutely time. There's no greater time than right now for you to make a decision to live, to not continually self-destruct. I know these messages aren't always hooping and hollering, and it's not just all into. There's a time, place, and space for everything. And right now, it's not party time. It's not party time, my loves. There are so many things that are happening externally that are affecting you, many of us. And it's not just about you. Everything that we do affects everything that we do, individually and collectively. There is really no such thing as separation. Thinking that what you do don't affect other people is like you thinking you can run away from your shadow. We are inherently, spiritually, energetically connected. What you do does matter. Everything you think matters. Everything you speak matters. Every decision you make matters. It all matters. And so I hope the words, the energetic frequency, I encourage you to take one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Take one step at a time, right? And gaining the information that you need. And also remembering that you don't have to do it yourself. Nothing stands alone in the forest and around. Okay. My encouragement is to find a mentor, an educator that you not only resonate with, but that is an expert in whatever it is that they're teaching. I want you to do your own due diligence. Keep in mind that everything matters. Everything you do matters. Everything you think matters. Okay. For those of you who supported me, I don't like saying that follow word. I wish TikTok. I know you're listening. So if suggestions, change following to supporters, right? I mean, that's just helpful hint, right? So infinite gratitude to everyone who have supported the channel, everyone who has commented, liked. Infinite gratitude for the gifts, for your participation, for you sharing your beautiful, beautiful energy with me. Infinite gratitude. I am honored that you decided to share your beautiful energy with me. I am honored that I am a part of your journey, because I don't just meet people just to meet them. I don't engage and exchange energies with just anybody. There is always divine alignment and divine purposes for everyone that I come into contact with. I understand this. I'm encouraging you to understand this. There's no such thing as luck, coincidence, or happenstance. You are here, we're here, will always be here in another realm, right? That's a whole nother, I know, a whole nother topic, a whole nother live, right? Just because it's for divine purpose. So take heed to it. take heed to it, right? So I always do my shout outs. Vegan Built Apparel, infinite gratitude. Shout out to you. Shout out to Stefan. Shout out to all of my YT family. Shout out to Ebony. Thank you so much for being here. Infinite gratitude to Life Beyond Narcissism. Infinite gratitude to Sammy. Infinite gratitude to Bossy, Justin, Mr. Legend. Infinite gratitude to Riri. Thank you so much. Infinite gratitude to Gorgeous. Always a wonderful time. Infinite gratitude to Zazazo, Chelsea, Tamika, Quiet Storm. Infinite gratitude to you. Thank you so much, Shakira. Thank you so much, Jade Moon. Infinite gratitude. Infinite gratitude to you all. Hero, infinite gratitude to you. Abstract Mind, infinite gratitude to you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy. Mrs. Lawson, infinite gratitude to you. Shout outs to you. Shout out to all of the family on YouTube. Oh, I keep saying these things. Goodness gracious. Woo! If there was ever we gonna turn this to a healthy relationship. Man, the TikTok, we gotta work on our relationship, okay? I'm gonna need you to not be so sensitive, okay? I'm gonna need us to fix this, okay? Or get some bigger panties so they're not gonna be in a bunch all the time, okay? So listen, I will be here mainly on Thursday evenings, and this is always going to be all things self-mastery, hence the logo if you're on my TikTok, right? All things self-mastery podcast. I am mostly here on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all things self-mastery, talk about a lot of things. Well, not just talk about it, I educate you on understanding all of the fundamental principles, practices, and governing laws that pertains to you, that play a huge part in influencing your reality. Again, thank you so much. I am Venus Scott, your now favorite self-mastery mentor educator. For all of you who are interested, if you feel that you are led to seek out my guidance, please hit me up, DM me, and I will figure out a way where I can best serve you. If I can serve you at all, you're more than welcome. There are a variety of ways that you can participate. There is a monumental Discord that you can join. Starting October 7th, I believe, I think it's October 7th, I'm going to be live every Monday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where you get to respectfully patronize my expertise. We'll be live within the Discord. You can ask me any questions you like. So I encourage you, if you're interested, click the link in my bio and you will receive, you'll be directed to be invited to the Discord. There you can also post any questions. I check it every day. You can also communicate with the other coaches and mentors and the other family members that is there. We are a growing family that are mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, siblings, children, cousins. Okay, we all there and we are growing. So I invite you to join me over there as well. You make sure you have an intentionally amazing evening. Peace, Bam Boss. How are you, love? Until next time, peace, infinite enlightenment.